great marijuana. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I even smoked that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The realest thing smoking on the internet. The PodHeads Web Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 420 on another hashtag Weed Wednesday, and you are in the cipher with the PodHeads. I'm your Commander-in-Chief, Frank the Tank, and as always, I'm hanging with my very best buds, JB Perez.
What's up? That's right. Another hashtag Weed Wednesdays with all of you guys out there in social media world, Instagram, what's up? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere, man. Thank you guys for being here with us on another great show.
Yes, sir, Big Ace.
Yo, what it is, what it do, what it be like. Your boy Big Ace in the building. Let's get it. PodHeads Web Show. We here.
Yeah, you
and
heard
another
it.
one.
You heard it. WJJam102jams.com.
Yes,
you can catch all of our episodes on there every Weed Wednesday, 7 p.m. Also, basically everywhere you get your podcast at, whether it's Spotify, iHeart,
Right.
Apple, Google, anywhere you get your podcast.
We
Just Google
too.
the PodHeads, PodHeads. But listen, there's a couple biters out there. I've noticed a couple of fakers out there.
Oh, I noticed a couple too.
Except no imitations. Nobody's doing it like us. Nobody's doing it as consistent as us, as entertaining as us. We don't just get up here and smoke weed. We get up here, smoke weed, and talk. So
Definitely smoke.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. Stay
And they're not
tuned.
this handsome either.
Yeah, we appreciate those that do follow us. We're getting new followers, new subscribers all over our social media platforms every day. So we really appreciate those of you that watch. Shout out to those on TikTok,
Right?
Instagram, YouTube, Twitch,
Mhm.
all those, Facebook, all that stuff. So yeah. But anyway, it's gonna be a fun show. We got a lot to talk about today. We're talking about the GOAT. The GOAT retired.
Good.
We've got some interesting license plates situations. I thought just some funny stuff there. We're also going to talk about the neo-Nazis in Orlando and what they're up to, and the political
Nazis
response.
in Orlando?
Nazis in Orlando, in the happiest place on earth. And much more. So it's going to be a fun one, guys. Just stay tuned. But before we get into this, let's do this as we always do and break out that weed wheel. Unmute us. There we go. Yeah.
What do we got today?
What do we got?
Woo! Jays?
Joints.
Jays.
All right. So there you go. And you saw our weed wheel. Of all the things we could have done today, we landed on joints. So, of course, we were prepared. We got a couple joints pre-rolled. Big Ace got a couple ready to rock. So, yeah, he's going to spark them bad boys.
Light it up.
Yes. I feel like I'm forgetting something, plugging
thumbs up.
something or anything. But, yeah.
No?
I don't know. Yeah. But, yeah, shout out to all you guys. Anyway, listen, guys. It's a momentous kind of occasion, right? A guy who's run the NFL for like 20 plus years, kind of been the guy, has decided to hang up the cleats.
Put 'em up.
And there's nobody in this cipher, much less probably in this state, that's a bigger fan of the man, or at least at one point was a bigger fan of the man than my man Jay Bizzle.
I'm a fan. I'm still a fan, and I think we all are still fans. And I think that's the consensus. That's the consensus in the sports world, right? The arena. When Tom Brady says, "I give up. I quit."
Did you cry, JB?
I didn't cry. I was surprised. I didn't cry. I was surprised. But it was totally to be expected. Go ahead and put up the first image there. Let's talk about Tom Brady, because I feel my heart swelling up a little bit as I think about.
He feels something else swelling up.
Okay, boy. Here, Tom. The argument has always been, right? If Tom Brady's giving it up.
Mike.
Is he the greatest ever? Is Tom Brady the greatest ever? I mean, look at the numbers, right? We were just arguing about who are we arguing? Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, does he even stack up? I mean, look at the numbers. Right. 624 passing touchdowns, 243 wins. Look at the completions. Look at the passing yards. These numbers are never, ever, ever going to be touched. Granted, I'll say it with I'll say this.
You don't get those numbers without good receivers and stuff. He ain't do it on his own.
No, of course not. He didn't do it on his own. But let's give Tom Brady his day because today's his day. Tom Brady did it with 100 different receivers, from Randy Moss to Welker to some bum that I can't even remember.
Edelman.
I mean, Welker was in there too.
Ocho Cinco
was in there. So my point is, yes, he needed receivers, somebody to catch the ball, but he made the right calls, the right moves all the time, and that's why he is who he is. He is the GOAT.
I will say this:
football.
I will give him
Show
credit.
Me the next picture, real quick.
He took pay cuts year after year after year to allow them to bring in that talent.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right, and we will get to it. Is there really any more questions though? Check out this: 7 Super Bowl titles. He was there 10 times, lost 3.
I remember 2 of those.
Yeah,
vividly.
I do too. But 7 Super Bowl titles. Even he has more Super Bowl titles than any franchise, period. Like the Steelers
than any other football team together.
He alone has more Super Bowl rings than any team, period. I mean, that alone speaks to the greatness. I mean, he did it for 22 years, 5-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time regular season MVP. I mean, what else? Is there any more argument? I mean, people are still saying Aaron Rodgers. I hear the birds in the background saying Aaron Rodgers can run faster. He can throw the ball faster. No, I don't think there's any more debate.
Joe Montana went 5 times, got 5 rings.
Okay, so there you go. I hear Joe Montana's name. It's a different era, but
5 times, got 5 rings.
Okay, but
he had to go 10 times to get 5 rings.
Never had any controversy.
Is this like a LeBron and Jordan debate?
Okay, that's a great point. Okay, fine. You can hear the haters here. Listen, this is Tom Brady's day. Let's give the man his day. He's retiring. Pull up my next picture because you said it. This is the conversation between Joe Montana and Tom Brady, right? LeBron versus Michael. What's the debate? Different time periods. But look, we can all agree that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I mean, it is the GOAT. Plays 15 seasons compared, more championships, more finals, MVPs, football MVPs, or what is that? What's FMVP? Finals MVPs? Oh, okay. Yeah. Win percentages. I mean, there you go. You can see the rest of the stats there. If Michael Jordan is the measuring bar of GOATness, Tom Brady easily gets to that bar. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes,
sure. He qualifies.
Yes.
If that is the stake, then he qualifies.
Is your soliloquy over? Can we?
Okay, fine. Listen, I wanted to get that out. Listen. I had to get that out, right? We had to get out the stats. Today is Tom Brady's day. Congratulations, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, I don't think there was a debate here. I think he was just he wanted to talk about Tom Brady. So let the man talk about Tom Brady. Eli Manning had his 2 Super Bowls.
Fine. That's you know what, and that's a great segue to where I'm going with this. We had a relationship, Tom Brady, you and I. You and the New England Patriots had a relationship from 2001, right? His first year as a starter, right? Came in for Bledsoe and starts winning. 2002, his first Super Bowl, right? The tuck rule. You guys remember the tuck rule?
if
that's
Drew
part of our
Bledsoe
history.
never gets injured, we don't know who Tom Brady is.
Sure.
And that's perfectly fine, okay? But coulda, woulda, shoulda, woulda. Tom Brady made the plays. He came in and he won 22 years later, right? We remember when the tuck rule, right? It changed history.
Yeah.
That's you guys remember the tight end,
the catch or something about the never mind.
I was gonna say Aaron Gonzalez. I mean, the history between Tom Brady and the NFL is like this, intertwined, and the New England Patriots, right? What else? You guys want to talk about the perfect season and us losing to the Giants? Fine. That's history. We almost went this close to becoming a perfect season and we lost it. The comebacks against Atlanta. Are you kidding me? That's in the history books forever. He almost did it again. Yeah. Okay, so you get my point. You see where I'm going with this.
Sure.
We love you, Tom Brady. Okay? Tom Brady. But Tom Brady 100. yeah, pretty damn much. What happened? Where's the love for New England? Where's the love for you? You spend 20 years in the New England area, and where's the love for New England? I know you want to talk crap about Bill, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and say what you want. But what about the fans? What about me, Thomas? What about me who had your back? Every time haters like this guy over here talked about inflated balls, talk rule this, video that, I had your back. And what did I get? What did I get? Nothing. I got Tampa Bay.
This is the world's smallest violin playing for the New England Patriots fans.
Yeah, where's the love, Tom Brady? You know, I know you're mad. I know you're mad between what happened in New England, right? They should have paid him, right?
If you don't know what he's talking about, of course you know Tom Brady retired. Well, in his Instagram post, in his retirement speech, so to speak, he snubbed the Patriots.
Completely.
He never mentioned Bill Belichick. He never mentioned the Patriots, the Crafts, any of them. Not even the fans.
He did to the Patriots with.
Because they should have franchise played him. I'm not an NFL fan, and I know about franchise players.
They should have gave the man the money he wanted. He earned it. Yeah.
He should have paid whatever the fuck he wanted.
He did the Patriots how they did him.
Patriots did him dirty, and so that's what the fuck he did back.
Yeah, I mean, there was intent in that
Cry me a
message,
river.
right? You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, he's a smart guy. He did everything he does is with intent. So he did it on purpose. He didn't mention.
He was like, oh, by the way.
He didn't mention them.
That goes to me, by the way.
He didn't mention them at all. To spend 20 years of your life and not to mention is by design. Granted, I agree with all of you. Should have paid the man. I mean, he went and won another championship in another city. He chose it. He won it. Isn't that what the goal of every football team every year is, to win? He would have won it for you. Pay the man who took a pay cut. Big A said it. He took a pay cut every year to bring receivers, and you didn't pay him. So he felt a certain way, and now he's making us feel a certain way. But me, I didn't do that to you. I did. The fans.
So you think that Tom Brady should have at least shouted out the fans of New England?
Collateral damage.
Always were there.
Collateral damage.
You know, though, let me tell you something. I didn't see anything, and maybe I'm wrong because I don't live in Massachusetts. I don't have any family ties there, but I don't recall seeing any of the fans going to bat for Tom Brady when he left. When the Patriots refused to pay the man what he earned, I don't recall seeing tweets, Instagram posts, boycotts, lines. I don't recall seeing a single poster saying, please pay the man, Tom Brady, do something, or I'm not going to buy tickets to the Patriots. I'm just saying.
Because they were too busy out buying fucking Tampa Bay jerseys and tickets.
They were buying Daniel.
They jumped on that bandwagon.
They love Mac Jones, too. These people love the new QB out there.
And that's part of it. We moved on way too fast. We didn't have time to mourn the loss that was Tom Brady. We should have paid him. But we were spoiled. I'll say it. We were spoiled. In Bill, we trust. All right. We trust Bill. It was Bill Belichick's decision to say we don't want Tom Brady. Point blank. If we have anybody to blame about Tom Brady not being in New England, it's Bill Belichick.
It came back to bite y'all in the ass, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Damn sure did.
Damn, Tom. Yeah. But you know what? I wish you the best, Tom Brady. You earned everybody's respect, my love, my gratitude. 7 championships as a fan. I mean, you can't take that away from me, right? New York, you guys rock on with 30 MLB championships all the time. New England Patriots, baby.
I'll give you that much. As much as I hate the man, and I've always hated him, he did go to another team and do it at another team.
Yeah, he pulled the Shaq.
The GOAT. The GOAT.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah. He chose the team. And yeah, that's it. He took it.
I don't think
GOAT.
So he at least got my respect. At least at the end.
I'm pretty sure everybody has been well documented my not quote unquote as they call hatred of Tom Brady. It gets to a point for everybody where they can't be denied anymore. Okay.
Yep.
What did it for me, to be honest with you, was seeing him on an episode of The Shop talking just like a regular guy, shooting the shit. And that was kind of like, oh, this guy's actually a pretty cool guy. I'd like to hang out with this guy.
There is a consensus out of New England that it's a uppity place. You can't let loose.
Well, and you see how Tom Brady
lets loose now. Exactly.
That Joker got drunk at the parade.
Almost dropped.
And he was having a good time.
Yeah.
So he's not upset that he went and got it. He proved it to himself. Whatever he needed to prove himself, he did. And that's why I think he retired.
He proved that it was about him. It was him, not Belichick.
That's damn sure.
Brady. That was
the argument.
That was the question. Who is more important to the New England Patriots? And I think it proves it. That without Tom Brady, you know what I mean? Yeah, Mac Jones, I really hope for our sake, for my fanfare, that you're awesome, but no one will be Tom Brady.
Sure.
And I'm sad that he didn't give us no love.
Well, On that note, poor Tom Brady gets to retire on top,
Go golfing
go
or
home back to
something.
his beautiful wife
I
and his
know.
perfect children.
Perfect life.
And yeah, enjoy all his freaking money. So hopefully he doesn't disappear. Don't pull a Derek Jeter. And I love Derek Jeter, but don't pull a Jeter. Don't just get too big for the sport and yeah, you want to just buy a team and not do anything else. Like, come on, man, do a commentator, do something.
Yeah, you're one of the greatest ever.
Give
We
us
want to
something.
see your
Give us an interview for Pete's sake. Anyway, listen, let's move forward though, because we got more clickbait. That wasn't a clickbait. That was more of an ode to TB12.
I had to get it out.
And so yeah, that's your last chance, right?
Yeah,
You'll
that's
never
it.
get to
Ever.
talk about Tom Brady as a football player.
Hey JB, you might want to
really
clean some of
again,
that
so
off your chin there.
Good for you.
Yeah,
This guy.
Guys.
Guys. Okay.
Yeah, some.
All right.
Yeah.
Classy as ever.
Yeah, always. Always.
Yeah. I love it. All right. So what else? What's our next clickbait? Let's hit our clickbait. Let's get right into this. Bam. Oh my God, the namesake of this freaking episode. We got a video. And if you haven't seen this video, I mean, just check it out.
Yeah.
Just
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ooh, oh shit. Ooh, shit.
Turned into a melee at Golden Corral.
guys, what you're looking at, or what you just saw, was a Ben Salem, Pennsylvania Golden Corral.
It gets spicy up in there.
Yeah, folks went crazy after they ran out of steak. Essentially, to be fair, okay, there was a cut. No cutsies, bro. Everyone knows. I mean, grown ass adults know the cuts rule.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently one person cut in front of another person, and supposedly the person that got cut in front of, okay, this is according to the servers at the restaurant. The person that got cut in front of left it alone at first, but then when they saw that they had run out of steak, apparently the person that cut in front of them too was being real picky about the steak.
God.
I don't want this, I don't want that. So there was not much scraps left. Well, the person that got cut in front of said something, you know, damn, bro, what the hell? You cut in front of me, you took the best steak left, and then now there's none left. Well, the cutter did not like being told about their business. So that's what happened. High chairs, low chairs.
We had an all-out brawl over some raggedy-ass buffet steak.
Some Golden Corral steak.
It's
Depends on who you ask, because in the
I've
right
had
state of mind, after a couple of drinks or a couple of
that's the next thriller fight right there.
There you go.
That's the next thriller fight right there.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna start boxing and going.
I remember a story of us talking about a fight over crab legs. Like when we're at buffets, when we're doing buffet styles, and you're there for something particular, and it runs out, you have certain emotions that get
Dude,
flared
it's a
up.
buffet. You're there because it's cheap,
It's all
not
about-
because
it's
it's
not-
good.
But you know,
It's not-
steak is there only on Thursdays,
It's
so
good.
you only
Look,
go there on
I'm
Thursdays.
not
to
gonna
get
fight
steak.
over buffet steak.
It's a certain
You
kind
cut
of
me in the
people.
line, and then
Listen.
you take the last bit of good steak.
It's relative. It's the word good is relative to the crowd that frequents a Golden Corral. I'm sure that steak
Yeah.
is very good to them.
Mhm.
You know what?
You know
I
what?
don't go to Golden Corral very often, but the times that I had, it's probably been years. But the time that I have, I didn't hate the food. My stomach might have hated the food, but I thought it was pretty good. Listen, the word hangry exists for a reason.
Yeah, dude. You get
People,
mad.
listen, yeah, they don't play.
Say, you gotta look at what you're dealing with. It's Golden Corral.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not, I
you
guess.
mentioned it earlier. Adults know the cutting room. Big ups to this guy for letting it go. Granted, it ran out. He probably does have a right to say something. The
Yes,
fight
you're
was not
absolutely
about
right.
the steak. The fight wasn't about the steak. It's about guy feeling a certain way about being talked
It
to.
was about being considerate, right?
Mhm.
You wronged me, sir. And back in the olden days, people might kill
Take a
someone
glove
about. Yeah, you might have a duel.
Duel.
We might have to shoot it out over
Smack you
this.
with my glove.
Back in the olden days, yeah. So look, you excuse me, sir, but you cut in front of me in the line, and now you took the rest of the steak. And then what's his response?
like-
Screw you, buddy. No, I'm not
No,
having
no,
that.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
having that. So now
Fuck
you
and I'm eating
disrespected me
steak in your
twice.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, fine. So fine, one guy versus one guy, that's fine. You guys want to fight out over steak, please. But how does it turn
It's a whole melee.
into a whole
Yes,
melee
women,
with women,
children,
children?
yeah.
Like, what is
What is
happening?
People's getting hit with high chairs. How you pick up a high chair and hit somebody
And
with
you're,
it?
and you're chucking it. And granted,
I thought
you get
I
hit-
saw a baby in one of those high chairs, by the way.
you get hit with a baby in a high chair, you're going down. You're going down. But seriously, like
We're devolving.
it seems
We
that
are
way,
devolving
right?
as a society. People look at me and wag their finger and shake their heads because I smoke a little weed.
Mm.
I'm not fighting in a damn Golden Corral.
For real.
And I bet you nobody in that fight was baked. I guarantee you that.
Just
You know what?
saying.
So
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna blame Golden Corral
Okay.
because
Uh-oh.
you know what your traffic is like on steak night.
I guess so.
You know how much steak you go through. You failed to prepare for your business. You failed to prepare properly to have enough steak for the demand at your location.
Okay.
And in turn, it created a melee. Shame on you, Golden Corral.
Okay, I mean,
shame on you.
it's a meat melee.
I'm not
Yes.
gonna go as far as that,
Uh,
especially when I saw employees trying to break it up. Honey, get away from that. You're about to get
Yeah.
hit
Oh my
upside the
God. Yeah.
head.
That little waitress
Yeah,
needs
get
to
away,
not, or
dude.
server. I'm sorry what they want to be called, but they should not be trying to
Mhm.
break up fights. Are you
No.
kidding me?
Paid
Yeah.
enough
I'm
for
gonna
that.
sit in the
You get paid
back
for
and
that.
videotape it. But the manager,
It's funny.
you didn't order enough steak, bruh.
Mm.
You're fired.
Maybe.
This guy's calling for Golden Corral managers' heads over here.
Cancel culture, baby.
This goes into the whole the supply chain issues, though.
Okay.
They could. Everything's getting blamed on COVID these days, but it
Yeah.
could be an issue with the supply chains.
And
Who
it is a
knows?
supply chain
What up,
issue.
Sha?
Yeah.
We have a labor issue too. Sometimes it's the chef, man. The chef, one chef knows how to cook good, better steak, or doesn't know how to cook steak. Like, it could have been so many different things that day. I wouldn't blame Golden Corral. I just blame the people of just have a little bit of courtesy, man.
Yeah, I
was
don't think
joking
that-
when I
yeah.
said blame Golden Corral, by the way. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
shit.
Sure. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think either way, shit like this needs to freaking stop. This is crazy. I mean, I love talking about all kinds of funny stuff like this, but Jesus, somebody's gonna get hurt.
I blame
over
social
steak.
media.
And listen, we all feel, we're hotheads, right?
Mhm.
We act in the moment, and then we end up regretting it afterwards.
Always. Most
So,
of the time.
God, we got to find a way to take a second.
Yeah.
Take a second. And ultimately, what this really comes down to is just being decent. The golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't cut
Yeah.
in line, dude. You're not 12 years old.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
see someone
we're grown.
standing there, get
Someone
behind
get
or
behind.
ask, "Hey, are you waiting for the steak?" Yes, I
Yeah.
am. Oh, well, excuse me. I'll wait behind. It's that
Just
simple, man.
decency, man.
Come on. Yeah.
For real.
I'm telling you, it's old It's boomers. I'm sorry.
I-
No, hey,
Yeah.
not all boomers, but most of y'all are a reason for most of the problems.
I blame social media. I think the people have gotten used to saying things, right? Typing things with no consequences. Nobody really getting in their face about it. So they get out in the real world and say and do the same exact things they do online, and there's consequences.
For certain
Yeah,
ages, yeah. But I think most people in that old man with the mustache
pretty
and the
old,
freaking
yeah.
Eagles,
Come on
fucking
now. You too old
windbreaker,
for that.
yeah.
You too old for
Sorry,
that. They're gonna pull
buddy.
a back muscle. and throw
Exactly.
That chair.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out
yeah.
Instagram.
Shout out everybody on
watching
Instagram. Yep, Shaw, we appreciate
Meet
you. Henry
Melee.
Skywalker.
Eve,
Eve,
Elisa,
yeah.
what up?
Shout out to Car Guy Coffee Podcast too, rocking the
Love you guys.
Fred and them. Yeah, rocking
Mhm.
the shit. Anyway, so again, no commercials.
Hey.
JB's taking care of that on the back end. So listening to you folks so we can keep this show going. What's our next clickbait, guys? What are we talking about? Florida
Yeah.
license plates?
Oh, I've
look at
been
this.
curious about this
Yeah.
one.
So I'm always I'm constantly looking for content, right? Things
Sure.
to talk about on the show, quirky, funny stories. And I came across a list of license plates. Apparently, every year, the Florida Department of Motor Vehicles receives thousands of requests for vanity plates. It only costs $15. You go on the website.
Okay.
Yep, you type in what you want, you pay your fee, and you go for review.
Mhm.
Well, every year they reject hundreds. Well, and last year alone, they rejected over 500 requests
Damn.
for vanity plates.
Damn.
How many combos of vanity plates can you make? Like that would get rejected. Like I'm thinking like
Guys.
ass hat or something like that.
Well, we
500 of them.
I'm just gonna fire off a bunch.
Appreciate
You know, as
Dang.
you know what, I'm gonna fire off a couple of the spell it out. You guys tell me what you think you find.
Okay.
There are some pictures here we could just go at, pull up as you want. But
yeah,
you know,
obviously.
uh,
Wow,
At 15.
10-15. What are you talking about?
yeah, how about 1DGAF?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How about one SHTB0X?
A shit
Shit
box.
Shit box. Yeah, denied.
Yeah,
Right. F4 FUXAKE.
For
What?
What?
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you throw in the F word in
oh,
any combination, you're gonna get it rejected here.
Old white lady.
You know?
Nice. So a freaking we got an Eminem fan out there putting their name on their vanity plates.
Oh yeah, they saw a vanity plate on Sunday that said Eminem.
Ass Man, Badass 2.
Badass is not bad.
That's
Big,
badass. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Here's one for you. B1G DKN.
Big Dick.
Big Dickin'.
That sounds like a Florida play right there.
Big
How about Big Wop?
Big
Big
Wow.
Wop, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
EC5TA5Y. Come on,
What?
Cash.
I take
EC5TA5Y.
ecstasy.
Yeah,
Ecstasy. Okay.
Some of these people think they're quick. Yeah.
But come on, they're pretty straightforward. You got to know that anything with the F word, anything with drugs is probably going to get denied pretty quickly.
Here's one. Fuck cancer. FCK.
Really? That was cool, though.
CNCR.
Yeah, why not?
How about
not?
F Fauci?
Oh,
F Fauci.
F.
You know that's a Florida tag. Oh my God, there's some good ones in here. FUCITT. Just fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck
Fuck
you
you
too.
too. That's a good one.
FU Joe. FUJB. Hey, FUJB.
Hey.
I'm gonna get that
Like
license.
Joe Biden.
Canceled.
FUJB.
Rejected.
Fuck OPEC. Somebody doesn't like
Somebody
OPEC.
really doesn't
Yeah.
like
So many.
Yeah,
like
there are a
just
lot of
hot
them.
sex. Hell nah.
Hell nah.
Hell
Really? That
nah.
was great.
Hell nah.
Hell nah.
All right, some of them be a little tight asses, right?
That's
Come on.
exactly what it is. Like it takes a little creativity. You have 8 characters to try to say something cool,
Maybe like
funny, rememberable. Fine. You don't want to do the F words, fine. But
They denied one that said Jeep AF, Jeep as fuck, but it's just AF.
yeah, right, but it's
Lucky
AF.
AF.
Come on.
What if his initials are fucking
yeah, exactly.
Anthony Fetterstein?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
How many decades before these get approved, though?
No, this is every year. This is every year. How about this? How about this one? Nuts. And UUUUTS.
That rejected.
Exactly.
Rejected.
Pull out.
Wow, that's a good one because it could be referenced to like a parking garage or something.
Yeah,
You know?
so-
Yeah.
XXX69. That's
No,
probably like
anytime-
every year
yeah.
that one gets denied.
Anytime you reference sex, you can't be vulgar in the streets either.
Yeah.
so-
Drugs and
Come on, what
drugs.
happened to freedom of speech? You know, listen, you'll never forget that play. If you,
That's what I'm
you'll
saying.
never-
You want to be
hit
a
a
Hey,
rut.
listen, think about this. If that guy ever does a fucking crime, you're gonna find him.
That's my
Because
point.
you're gonna
Yeah.
know what his
I
tag
got a
was.
license
Hey,
plate,
this
penis.
guy, this
Yeah.
guy's license plate said
Pen
hot
15,
fucks on
yeah.
it.
pennies, pen
10,
15.
15.
Do you,
Penis.
do you remember the license plate? Yeah, it said hot fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
I say, you know
Yeah.
what? I say if you're willing to pay the money, it might be more than $15.
like
Pay
candy.
$100 and get one of those cool ones. Like
Right,
stop
come on,
being a
let me
tie. As
do-
Cash said it. Once the old, Karen or Ken back there is done, rubber stamping stuff.
Fucking
People
dicks.
enjoy the comedy, right? It's a meme in a
FKN,
car.
NDIX.
I mean, it's the world of memes now. It's just meme in the real world.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Dude, I saw one guy.
Everything's a joke. This through commercials.
Life
are
is a joke,
Life is
seriously.
a-
I got listen, I won't say too much about this, but I did get arrested one time in South Carolina, and this little bullshit trial in this kangaroo court. That's all I'll say about
Kangaroo
it.
court.
There was a man who was arrested for having a bumper sticker that was deemed obscene because it said, "When I die," and I can't make this up because I remember it. He was arrested because his bumper sticker said, "When I die, bury me upside down so the world can kiss my ass."
Wow, that's what a bumper sticker is.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I
come on.
believe it. Come on. It's time.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny.
South Carolina. Are you
Hey,
surprised?
okay, no, I'm not
Exactly,
surprised. It's the
exactly.
meme time, people. Get with the times. It's
Yeah,
have
come
some
on.
fun. Ride with the,
Give me a break.
the testicles on the back of the bumpers. Everybody
Yeah,
gets
that's what I'm
testicles.
saying. You're not gonna pull somebody over for the balls. Is that illegal?
I've heard. I don't know if that's illegal. or
Really?
not.
No, it's not
It's
illegal.
not
Yeah, I've
illegal.
seen people. I've seen pink balls.
Yes.
I've seen all
Blue
kinds of balls. Yeah,
Flesh colored
Uh,
balls
in
that
the-
look like actual balls.
yeah.
Come on.
I've seen.
Hanging
I've
off
seen,
the trucks. Hanging
I've
off the
seen
trucks.
cars now that have like
I'm glad that
LED.
that's not a thing anymore.
LED screens on the back, and you can basically write whatever you want.
You son of a bitch!
yeah.
Really?
I've
I
seen it.
invented that.
Did ya?
That's another invention of mine. I'm just finding out about this right now.
There is an LED
Son of a
screen
bitch.
you can put in the
Listen,
back
I
of your car
swear on
and
everything.
send messages.
Holy, that I invented it like 5 years ago. I thought about this. It'd be really good so that you can communicate with somebody what you really think about them
Yeah.
from in your car.
Back off,
So you-
asshole.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
now somebody did it. Son
Now
of a-
I'm
I've
driving
seen it.
motherfucker.
I've seen it.
Yeah. See?
So
Yeah.
I will say a cop did pull a guy over a while back for on the back of the windshield. It said "I eat ass."
I eat ass?
Yeah.
What? Come
He got arrested
on.
for it, but then the guy won because it was under freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the cop was just like in the video. You can see him saying like, "Do I have kids? What am I supposed to say to my kids?" Whenever he sees that, it's like,
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah. Tell him whatever you want.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me
America.
a
They did
freaking-
they did a story on that on Vice.
Okay. Bumper stickers, they might be different. The license plate is like a state thing, like a government thing. So they will always have control of it. So until the leadership changes, we won't have these cool ass license plates, man.
I saw a car with a silicone body under. It looked like the truck was dragging a person. Yo, I've seen crazy shit like that.
Okay.
Around Halloween too.
Yeah.
People put like crazy. Yeah.
Come on. All these rules,
Yeah, it's fun.
are subjective anyway. Laws shouldn't be subjective
I saw a
anyway.
guy riding
Yeah.
a motorcycle playing the drums.
Oh
Playing
shit.
the drum with two drumsticks, right?
No, with 2 drumsticks
And an actual drum?
Give that guy a damn
On a
medal.
motorcycle?
Give that guy a TV show.
fuck outta here.
bro.
The
yeah.
craziest shit I saw, and I guess the guy was driving a Tesla. He wasn't driving. This nigga was wet shaving. Motherfucker, yes.
It's like
He's
the old
sitting there
cartoons.
dead-ass
Hits a
with-
bunch of potholes.
Listen,
Got
he's
this
got a
fucking
cup.
drone.
He's got a cup in the thing, and he's all up in the rear view like this.
Not surprising.
And I'm like, and I'm driving. I said,
This is
what
the future.
fuck?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
And I
not
look
surprising.
over and I said, oh, okay, he's a Tesla. But I said, bro, he was on I-4 in the middle of rush hour.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if somebody hit him or that thing went
He
"Wait,
cut his head off.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Like,
he
come
cut
on,
his
man. You
freaking
gotta
head
have some
off.
sense.
Not
That's funny.
surprised though, because if I would do the same.
Central
Yeah.
Florida.
All
Wet
right.
shaving in the Tesla.
That's where,
these were all
Technology.
Florida.
yeah. This is all Florida stories, by the way.
Seriously,
Yeah.
seriously.
Except for this one. I don't know where this one is. Actually, no, the Golden Corral was in Pennsylvania. my bad.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Big Aces brought something to my attention that actually sparked debate here within us here at the PodHeads and our friends and family. So Big Ace, the story about the tipping.
Yes. So I saw the story on Newsweek. It's from a Reddit, one of those "Am I the asshole" Reddits, and basically, we're talking about tipping. The person who posted it was out on a date. Says the guy slapped $15 on the table and told the
Gonna pull it
waitress and said, "Here, this is your tip. Every time you screw up, I'm gonna take some money off." And basically, at the end of the day, he left her with $3.
Damn.
So the Redditor was embarrassed, upset,
$2.
ended up tipping the girl $20 and leaving. So what do you think?
Pretty much summed it up. I mean, she was mortified, right?
Yeah, it is pretty embarrassing.
She was embarrassed.
The woman that was on the date was embarrassed to be out with this guy who pretty much just sat there and turned this poor girl or young man, I don't know if it was a man or woman, but the server's life into a game, their livelihood into a game.
Yeah.
Sat there and said, that's it, boom. 15. Think about that for a second. $15, slaps it on the table and says, every time you do something that displeases me, I'm gonna freaking take a couple bucks off. And then apparently, like she said in the post, she thought that the person was new. So apparently, every time she was nervous, right? Every time something happened, he started taking more money. It made her more nervous. $2. That's over $2. I mean, this guy deserves like dickhead of the month right now.
That's where I'm
you
headed.
know?
It's a pretty dickish move. So
Dick face of the week.
even before the start of the meal, like, because granted, tipping is based maybe on the total, granted the service, but the total of the cost. Your meal might be more than $15 worth of tip. So right off the bat, you're being the cheap one, I would argue. Number two, you're setting a bad energy for the table. Maybe he didn't know she was new, but any person they said, hey, this is it right here. You fuck up. Like, you're already telling them, you're already putting that negative energy. If you mess up, you mess up. Granted, they're gonna mess up because that's all they're thinking about is not messing up. So they're gonna mess up. So
exactly,
it's just a dick move. And
is
again,
that a flex?
It's a game.
Is that supposed to be a flex?
I think so.
Like, is he supposed to be trying to show off
what is it, little
for this
dick
girl?
energy?
It feels that way. A little Napoleon
LDE.
syndrome there.
Yeah, that's interesting. But it did spark the debate on tipping, right? Like, first and foremost, like, we started talking about how some countries don't do it
right
in the first place. Some people, some countries do. But appropriateness, like, first off, have you ever known anybody do that? Cash told us you do stuff like that. Like, and I don't want to just ambush you on that.
Not do stuff. I used to do.
He used to do stuff like that. Okay. All right, so younger. When I can understand somebody who's been exposed, and we all kind of were in our 20s.
The most I ever took away was like $3, and it was always $20 that I offered from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, we've all had bad service, right? We've all gone somewhere and said, "My goodness, can this person get any shittier? Can this person like you must really be trying for me not to tip you?" And for me personally, I always feel compelled to, no matter what. Like, you really got to kind of piss me off for me to not leave a tip, and even then, I'll probably complain before I just stiff you on your check. So, but some people feel that it's appropriate. Some people feel that, you know what, the service you get, it should be consummate, right?
Tantamount to the total that you get. Right? A lot of people think.
Do you have a basis? Do you guys have like a golden rule?
Yeah.
Like, for me, I always tip 20%, around 20. I always tip between 15 and 20%.
Pretty much. Minimum amount tip is 15.
It's between 15 and 20%, but it all comes down to like this minor bit of like, I'm a little anal about it, a little OCD, where I've got to end with like a nice round number. So it's got to be a 0 at the end of my, like, you
Okay.
know, this is $28, $30.
Even
40, yeah,
number.
it's got to be
Okay.
a nice round, even number. So sometimes I always say sometimes
bonus?
it giveth,
Yeah.
sometimes they take it away. Sometimes you might get 22%. Sometimes you
Ah.
might get,
So
you know,
actually play a little
15%.
bit of a game as well, not as asshole as this guy.
No,
is,
yeah.
But one day you might get a little extra from me. One day you
Yeah,
might
so
not.
it's relative. It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. Like
Mhm.
if you've got like exceptional service, and you went above and beyond for me, I'm gonna make sure that we take care of you.
Yep.
But ultimately, it's just a matter of the math.
Mhm.
But either way, you're getting at least 15%, between 15 and 20%. I think that's fair. No, what do you guys? What do you guys think?
I think the rule of the world is 15%. I've always
Okay.
heard that 15%, so that's where I stick. I'm with you on the part of like, if you feel so compelled as the server was so bad to not leave a tip, you need to be complaining. You need to be talking to the manager, not just leaving a 0 tip, because you're going to get that problem fixed. I promise you 9 out of 10 restaurants will fix whatever problem you have, right? So if that's the case, leave a 10% tip. You weren't happy with the service, leave the
Couple
10%
bucks.
and keep it moving.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say too, whenever I did this, I always did it alone, like by myself. I never did it.
Oh,
Like on a
you
date
were-
or with
okay.
people around. So you're not like embarrassing them in
Yeah.
front of people.
Like, it's not even embarrassing like that. It's like if I'm by myself, like there's no reason why you can't see like that my drink's empty, that you shouldn't like.
I see what you're getting
This-
at.
you feel like there should be no excuse.
And I'm getting, and again, like that meal normally is only 10 to 15 bucks.
Right, so $20. Yep.
Sure.
It's relative. He said it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
yeah.
relative. The situation, the restaurant, the food, the service, the chef, it's all relative.
Have you?
man.
What about you, Big
Tip
Ace?
good people.
I usually like 15 is the base.
Have you taken off? Have you taken off due to bad service?
Usually if the service is extra good, then I'll go up to 20, 25.
Mhm.
But I start like my bottom is usually about 15. Again, but
You've never sat
round
there and said,
number. It's got to be
"Screw this
that round
damn
number
guy."
as
Yeah.
well.
No.
So like if it means in order to get to the bottom of the bill is $40 and I got to tip you $9.32 to get there, and 15,
Sorry.
and 15%
Sorry.
was $10.02. You're getting at $9.32.
Listen,
Yeah.
life is
I'm
tough.
Yeah.
sorry.
man. Life is tough.
Yeah.
But
Nothing
for the
against
most
you.
part, you're gonna get more. than
Well put.
15.
Yeah.
Unless the service is absolute shit. Then
Let me ask you
yeah.
this: Do you guys tip? Like to go? Like when you go?
No. Chinese to go? No.
Really?
Never.
Okay. What
I have
about
a rule about that.
Okay,
Tip
what's
the
your rule?
delivery guy?
If I have to go pick up the food, you're not getting a cent from me.
Okay. What about when you order from like a restaurant?
Yes.
Like let's say you get like Carrabba's to
and
go.
it's to go? Wow. Like
'Cause
a
remember,
couple bucks.
Yeah, waitress does. She might lose a table while she's putting
Oh, I
everything
didn't know
together
that.
in the
You get
back
like
and then
$2-3
bringing it out
for
to
that
you.
from me.
Okay, so you do tip for that.
Yes, I do remember. Not there's no
Yeah.
percentage that from me.
Yes.
You would- yeah.
Same here.
Okay.
So you learn
I
stuff. Yeah.
appreciate the knowledge.
Yeah.
Maybe you
And
get an
not
extra
everybody
$1 now
tips.
next
You
time.
know, I had a job when, I think I was while I was going to school, I worked part time as a server in a restaurant.
Mhm.
And my God, I learned so much in that 1 year. But let me tell you, there you find people that don't freaking tip at all, come from another country, and in some countries it's like considered rude to tip.
Yeah.
You know, like distasteful. So you
Mhm.
go there and you bust your ass because they're nice and you want to go above and beyond for them and put a good impression. And at the end of the night, you get nothing. you know?
That's
Like, son of a
why.
bitch.
That's why.
Um,
Listen, there are
It's
restaurants
like in that movie. Remember that movie Waiting where they pretended
You wanna mail
to
me
be
a Sunday?
foreign? They just
Yeah.
started speaking German
So
or
we
whatever.
have to tip.
So we don't have to tip.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
I forgot where I was going. There. Oh,
Pretend to
there's
be
certain
Russian.
restaurants that make it a rule. Don't tip your waitresses. We give our servers a livable wage. And you see the stories coming out of that. Great food, great service. Oh my God, we had so much fun. The bartenders. It's always a good experience when you go to restaurants that don't tip their waitresses.
So what do you think?
So-
Do you believe that servers should just be paid a decent wage without tipping, or do you think it should be the way it is?
No,
now?
I do. I grew up feeling that I wanted to be a tip job. I felt like I could be a bartender, right, a server, and make money because
Personality.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get tipped, but the reality is that it's not. People don't tip as much as you thought that they might actually tip.
Especially
So-
not these days when they broke.
Okay, so I do now lean to the fact that our servers need to be paid a livable wage, no tipping required.
Changes.
So you know the prices are going to go up.
Yeah, they say that. They say that. They
It
say
is.
that. A Big Mac's been, you know what I mean? You know, obviously a
Big
different
Mac
price,
has
but
not been the same
the
price.
relative price of a Big Mac has been the same since the 70s, while, you know,
No.
minimum wage has stayed the exact same. So, like, don't tell me that Big Mac's going to be more money by paying the servers more.
They
Just
absolutely
figure it
are,
out.
bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
But think about this: if you own a restaurant, right, and you're paying your service, what is it, $5?
Oh, bro.
Plus, hold on, listen to me, and they get their tips. Okay, cool. But now instead of that, you're gonna pay them $15 an hour. So you just tripled their pay out of your pocket. No
What?
tips. Hold on. No tips. And you just tripled what you have to pay them. You telling me you're not going to raise your prices? You're going to be able
I
to
didn't say you're not going to raise your prices.
That's what I just said.
Oh, my bad. I misunderstood. I thought you said that it was going to cost you to create that.
No, it's going to
product
cost the
more money.
customers more.
Okay, sure. You understand that as a customer, you're going here knowing you're not going to tip. There is an expectation. Oh, I'll pay a little bit more. My point is still the same. When you don't have to pay your service, the whole transaction is much smoother, man.
And what about the server who's like, I'm going to get paid $15 an hour anyway. I don't really need to give exceptional service.
Okay, well, I mean, what are you going to do? Bad apples everywhere. The service industry is hurting.
But it's called the service industry for a reason. It's based on service, and you paid based on your service.
Okay, well, you mean not. But there's people like this. I know somebody on Facebook complains every single day about
they get another job.
Tipping. Okay, but then who's gonna serve me?
Who's gonna somebody who's not gonna bitch about it?
Oh, now you're okay. So now I have to
Chick-fil-A.
eat your shit.
We gotta go on Chick-fil-A basically
because you don't want to tip me.
Somebody who's gonna do the job, and I mean, I'm not saying
you
bitch,
sound
but if you're gonna
really.
bitch every day, listen. If you're gonna,
you sound really
so
like
hold on. So servers are the only ones. So anybody else who bitches about their job, what do you say to them? Nigga, you unhappy? Get another job. So, but you can't say the same to servers.
Okay, there is a
Here's the problem with that. So that happened, and now all the servers are shittier.
Yeah, where are you gonna eat?
Now we just go places, and now they're just shittier.
The worst.
Okay, so let's pay them a bunch of money to give us shitty
to
service.
get better service. Trust me, the statistics are there. When you pay your employees well, they treat you well. They treat the customers
you'll recruit
well.
better employees at
It's
least.
just it's the
Oh
truth.
yeah, you get better
It's just the
employees.
truth.
That's what it has to
It's
be.
just the truth.
Yeah.
Boom.
Listen, we're not trying to solve the fast food crisis here at customer service. This is a tipping.
Yeah.
This is a tipping conversation.
Tip
but
your
yeah,
waiters, motherfuckers. Tip your servers.
for now until they're paid a decent wage. Please tip the freaking people and don't play games. Listen, don't play games with these people's livelihoods. I remember living in that life and people, watching people get sent. People play games with them. People talk down to them. People try and give them advice. Listen, you don't know what anybody's dealing with on this given. This person could be going to school to be a rocket scientist. For Pete's sake.
Smarter than you.
He could
You
be
know what I
crazy,
mean?
lose his mind, and murder you and everybody.
Could freaking, spit in your food. Just freaking the last place that you should be acting up is a damn restaurant. So have some sense. Freaking people of Golden Corral.
Yeah, bro.
For
What
Pete's
COVID
sake.
has shown us,
Yeah.
what COVID has shown us that in this country, particularly,
Somebody
without
tell me.
its
Alicia.
service industry, we ain't shit. Without the service industry in this country, we don't eat. We don't go shopping. We can't get eggs. We can't get steak. You know what I'm saying? Without the service industry in this country, we ain't nothing. So at least treat our service community like with a little bit of respect, with a little bit of I understand your position. Yeah, you might be in a less position, right?
Golden rule, man.
You know what I mean? Like
Back to the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's just one rule.
Listen.
It's just freaking damn.
So
Unless you're like a masochist or something.
So Elisa
Hit me,
says,
baby. Hit me, baby.
shout out Elisa.
On Instagram,
Elisa,
shout out.
Elisa on Instagram says she would rather pay a little more than have to tip. Says the percentages keep going up higher and higher. If the person doesn't want to do their job, that's on them. $15 is not a lot of money. True.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
All right. So it's up to you. I mean, like I said, you got Chick-fil-A employees out there that are probably making less than $15 that are doing just fine. You got to recruit the right people.
And
You
they
got to
stand
care.
out there, they smile, and you have
Yeah.
a pleasant experience every
Yeah,
time.
you got to recruit people that care. And so it starts at the top.
It's
I
true.
think such
And that's
a-
another, that's another thing. This trickle down doesn't work. You got CEOs making millions. That's where your $5 an hour is coming from, Big Ace.
100%.
You know what I mean? The top has to give up. You want to stay in business. You want to stay being a CEO and stay in business. Give your employees more money from your own pocket.
Yes, happy employees are productive employees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
for sure. Listen, anyway, let's move on to the last thing. 'Cause we are
Yeah.
getting close to it. The main thing
Mhm.
that we wanted to talk about here, right here in Orlando,
Central Florida.
Nazis.
What?
Right, neo-Nazis. The neo-Nazi party
Yeah.
has been like conducting rallies and taking over social media right here in Central Florida. Not so much, not such about 20. Okay,
Yeah,
there was a rally, a small rally up on I-4.
Vax
Uh,
the Jews.
Yeah, look at this. And you know what? I see all the time on that same bridge. I see all the time people saying "F you, Joe Biden," and just all kinds of political beliefs and social beliefs. But yeah, these people stood out there.
The Nationalist Socialist Movement.
Yep, and you know, screamed "Hail Hitler," and we're screaming at people and calling them names and all kinds of things.
What is it?
But
What is it with racists and always backing the losers?
yeah, I don't know, but these
I hate that they use the socialist word because that has nothing to do with socialism at all.
Yeah.
It
absolutely.
makes it to where it's like an arguing point from right-wing people being like, well, you're a socialist, that means you're a Nazi. It's like, no, that's nothing to
100%, not even close. Not even close. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do hate when they associate that word with the Nazis. But anyway, these wannabe Nazis are out here holding rallies, up on the bridge, hanging signs, expressing their freedom of speech. Right.
America.
The problem is that, you know, people are upset that
Yeah.
they feel like nobody's doing anything about it.
Mhm.
And the nobody they're talking about is, again, Ron DeSantis, who's back in the news once again.
What's he supposed
Because
to do
what they're saying is they want him to condemn. They want him to speak out against this. Okay. They want him to speak out against
about it?
this.
Announce him,
And
okay.
again, I'm not, so while I'm saying this, I'm not speaking out against Ron DeSantis. Let me say that. I'm merely talking about the situation. And what I think, what I think is interesting, Big Ace just passed me this crazy ass cone. Look at this damn thing. Wow.
Wasn't a guy made that?
Oh, he made this thing.
That was an engineering.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. Anyway, so yeah, so these guys, like I said, out here in Orlando, spewing hate, doing their damn thing. No, nothing's being done about it, right? Except they're pissing people off. Well, people have been pressuring Ron DeSantis. What the hell? What are you going to do about this? What do you have to say about this? Because, you know, a lot of these people have also been associated with Trump supporters, Republicans, right wing, Ron DeSantis.
So surprised.
Right. Well, anyway,
Can't
I
believe
guess what really got him in hot water was his publicist, his secretary, Christina Pushaw or Pushaw, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so this young lady is his secretary publicist. She posted a tweet right after people started talking about, you know, people started tagging Ron DeSantis in pictures about these Nazis and saying, yo, what's good? Like, what are you doing about this kind of stuff? We got a lot of racism, a lot of nasty stuff happening in Florida. What are you doing about it? And look at what she put. Do we even know they're Nazis? Or is this a stunt? Like the quote unquote white nationalists who crashed the Youngkin rally in Charlottesville and turned out to be Democrat staffers. And which is a total BS. That is a total fabrication of lie. Those people that ran through that damn in Charlottetown were total fucking nutcases. Had nothing to do with, exactly. Anyway, so I trust Florida law enforcement to investigate and awaiting their conclusions. Anyway, she took that tweet down.
Of course,
she
she
took
did.
that tweet down.
Of course she did.
And then, of course, Ron DeSantis made a statement this past Monday saying that super blunt, hell yeah, that this is Democrat, that I'm not going to allow the Democrats to smear my name, drag me through the mud, and like make this about me. Like this has nothing to do with me, but I'm not going to let the Democrats make it about me.
So instead of,
that's basically what he has weird little carny hands.
What kills me is he's over here bitching and moaning about I'm not gonna let the Democrats smear me when all he had to do was say, hey man, I denounce Nazis and fucking nationalists and whatever.
And that's what's pissing people off because he won't.
He
Like,
won't.
and this ain't the first time that he has refused to denounce people who have come out as like racist,
He's a Trump
bigots, like crazy neo-Nazis.
He's a Trump guy through and through. Trump refused to denounce the KKK and those guys. He's not going to do it either.
They're smart. They know. They're politicians. They know what their base is.
Their bases. Those are the people that vote for them. If I denounce you, you're not going to vote for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to deflect all I can and make sure I still get your vote.
Okay, so he's not. So let's be clear. Nobody here believes that he's a neo-Nazi,
Correct.
Racist
Correct.
piece of shit.
Not DeSantis.
We
Correct.
just think that the guy favors votes.
He wants to
over
win
what's
the
right.
presidency of the United States come
Exactly.
2024. He is
Their
not going to
vote is
alienate
more important to
anybody.
him than doing what's right.
Yeah, he's just a Nazi sympathizer.
So he's a politician,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
No different
through and
from most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't take sides when it comes to politics. I
their
think they're all
votes-
crooked.
Those votes
Uh,
mean more to him than doing the right thing. It is what it
Sure.
is.
Can I
As is
play
the
devil's
case with
advocate
most
for
of them.
one second?
Sure.
For 1 second. So does Ron DeSantis tweeting, "Hey, shame on you, neo-Nazis, the 20 of you. Shame on you." Does by bringing light to them and bringing more attention to their rally and tweeting about them, does that do more harm than good, or does it do anything at
Great
all? Is it
question.
worth
Yeah.
the governor's attention?
Great question. No.
Optics matter.
Okay.
At least in
Visuals?
politics.
Sure.
When you're talking about politics, optics matter.
Okay.
Those things like that, just showing the people, hey
Camera.
man, I'm not down with these assholes and these guys.
Mm-hmm.
It at least breeds confidence in the people to say, oh, okay, at least he was willing to go out, even if it's not genuine, even if you don't believe it. But at least he went out there and he said it.
Okay.
Yeah,
The thing is, when you refuse to say
Yes,
it,
so people know where he stands, right?
when you
Yeah.
refuse to say it, it's like, oh, so then you're okay with this.
Yeah. Right.
Because think about it. If you don't speak against something, then you got to be for it, right? Either you're with it or you're not.
Or at least you're not letting people know that you are against it. Like,
What's the
you're
saying?
leaving
in
room
that
for
case-
people to guess.
In
Yeah.
that case,
To
you're
like-
riding the line, and that's not right either. You got to pick a side. We're talking about racists.
Mhm. And I think that's
So
the key.
what-
When you're talking
what's so
about
hard with-
Nazis, when you're
What's so
talking
hard with picking a
about
side?
Nazis, we had a world war about this already. They lost. When we're talking about Nazis, there isn't a room for that. When you're flying the Nazi flag, you are stating exactly what, who, when, where you are. Okay. For Ron DeSantis to not, what's the word? To
Yes,
not
yeah,
only
yeah,
even
yeah.
denounce it, but to not even acknowledge it, says more, right? You say more what you don't say than what you do say. This is a political
get it.
move. He's protecting his base, and I'm fine with that. I'm not saying DeSantis is, but this is just straight politics. And again, you said 20 of them. It always seems it's just a small group, man. It's always a small group, but they're very big. They're loud, right? They're loud. Yeah, and they're everywhere. Orlando, Florida. You said it, the happiest place.
Yeah,
on earth.
national headlines for 20 people. Antagonists, right? Just kind of starting some shit. There's no way that these guys create any influence, do anything that like really changes anything. At least I would hope. I don't know. Maybe there's influence. Maybe there's some kid out there that's seeing this and being inspired. Who the hell knows? But yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that if people ask directly, right,
Mhm.
you are the governor of the state of Florida. You are a servant of the people, right? You work for the people. And so if the people demand answers, if they ask specifically, hey, what is your position on Nazis?
Should be pretty
on
clear.
racism, then I think you should be pretty clear.
And that's
I
the
think-
problem.
I'm not
here.
saying that I'm not saying that the onus was on him to say, I need to run to the rescue and tweet on this.
No.
But
Mhm.
you know, I can understand the man saying, screw that. I'm not paying any attention to that. It's just going to shed more light on him. But if people start coming out and asking, then come on.
Yeah,
I
optics. Big A
sometimes
said it.
say
Big
something.
optics
Yeah.
are bad. If perception is reality. If you
Absolutely.
look that way, whether it's real or not, it's the truth, right? Fake
Yeah.
news.
You can say, I don't support Nazis at all, but these damn Democrats are tricky motherfuckers, and they could be.
Yeah,
I
Like, you
just
could do
look
that.
at that
yeah.
sentence.
I sometimes look at it like children, right? You got to treat these jokers like you treat your kids. if it's like simple stuff, right? Hey, why did you do this? Well, so and so did it. So if you wouldn't accept that kind of a response from your child as being an acceptable excuse for them doing what they did, then you damn sure shouldn't accept it from your politicians.
100%.
It's things like this where you know, it's like anything else. If you ask your child who did something wrong, well, how do you feel about this? Or what do you think about this? And they can't give you a straight answer, then you know there's something wrong there, right? But same thing with him. You can't give me a straight answer. What's the problem? So you're telling me, so what you're telling me is you're refusing to say I'm against racism.
Yeah.
Because we're asking you a straightforward question. Are you against these racists? And instead of saying yes or no, I don't think they're all this, blah, blah, blah. You start dancing around this. It's because you can't give me a straight answer.
He's not going to discourage his base. That's it.
On both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've heard that one
Wonderful
before.
people.
On all sides.
Yeah. But again, he's ready to run for president 2024. He's going to win the Republican nomination, and he's protecting his votes. These are the people that are going to vote for Ron DeSantis. And there's no ifs or buts about it. That doesn't mean that DeSantis is a Nazi, but he knows who his voters are. He's not going to say anything or do anything to push them away.
Yeah, they won't miss the day of the ballots at the polls. Yeah,
that's it.
Sure.
That's it. And, you know, politicians, but that says more about this country than it does DeSantis. That we're still talking about Nazis in 2022.
Damn near 100 years later.
Right? We won, right? I thought we won.
Dead.
The world won.
Yeah.
The world won. What happened? Twice. Yeah. What happened?
Yeah. Well, look.
We'll see what happens in 24.
That's it, huh? Yeah. That's the show. On that note, let's freaking bury these damn Nazis.
Oh, that big old blunt that's
We're gonna finish
around.
this big ass blunt. Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Oh my God.
Hey, look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Give me that. That thing's got a big old
Appreciate y'all Instagram.
Anyway, yes. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. We really appreciate you guys. WJHM102jams.com. Guys over there, appreciate you too. Till next Wednesday, we're gonna have more fun, wacky stories. It's always fun every hashtag We Wednesday. We thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you for JP Perez, Big Ace. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Doing the things.